one to go back. Meet Joe Black. Run me the keys, run me the bees, run me that flow back. Your top three, I'm not number one, how could you post that? I would have crowned the city is mine, you cannot hold that. I'm not the one to go back. Meet Joe Black, meet Joe Black. Why would I ever have to cop a chain again when the QB chain birth most of chains in the game? Why would I?
It's another one. We got another one. It's her. Who that?
It's week 2. Two one-loss teams set to lace it up. This ought to be fun, and we're underway on EA Sports. Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Atlanta sending its offense out for the first time, and for the first time since 2008, it's a rookie who will handle things at quarterback. Out of Cincinnati, the third-round pick, Desmond Ridder.
I think the hope was to let him sit and learn for a bit, but he was thrown right into the fire in week 1. Now we'll see what kind of lessons he's learned as he prepares for his second start in the NFL.
Come on, set!
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And his first look is incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. They're going to look to throw. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 12 yards is the pickup, good for a first down for the Falcons. So, Charles, this game number 2 in the NFL career, this rookie quarterback, his guys took the loss in the opener. And when asked after that game by reporters how he did, he was pretty curt. He said, not well. What did you see?
Well, first and foremost, I loved his answer to the media because he was being honest. And those veterans in the locker room, they're looking at him to see how he's going to handle things, and they like the fact that he's not blaming other people, because I thought he struggled. The only thing that's going to help him, though, reps. No matter how many big games you played in college, how well you do in practice, the reps in the real games, that's when you begin to grow as a quarterback.
23 yards the pickup there. Give the rookie another one on this opening drive and a first down with it. A nice start, Charles, for the first-year passer. He's come out, made a few plays, nice plays to begin this contest.
He certainly has, and if he finishes off this drive with a touchdown pass, I vote we don't call him rookie anymore. We'll move him right to veteran and continue from there.
And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. He'll drop to throw. And his throw here's incomplete.
So many offenses want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out and check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Open man, there is Patterson, complete. Touchdown, Falcons! Cordarrelle Patterson, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Falcons are on the board first on the road here in L.A. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So that drives 7 plays in length, and the Falcons score to cap it off. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
And here comes Matthew Stafford leading the Rams offense out there, just as he did last season when he captured his first and the Rams' second Super Bowl title.
And he comes off a tough opening matchup. Threw way too many interceptions in that game. Definitely not the way you want to kick off a new season. So he said to himself, I've got to throw that game out. I'm going to get a fresh start right here in week 2.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
Excellent play there by Arnold Ebiketie to meet him behind the line for a loss.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Now a play fake and it's Stafford.
He'll get this into the hands of Van Jefferson.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 15, and the Rams have a first down.
On the counter, this is Akers.
And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. The numbers for him from a week ago. 15 carries, 76 yards.
Nice solid showing from him last week. Didn't blow the roof off with his numbers, but he certainly had a quality day and produced when called upon.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Landon Collins. And a terrific return there. They're finally able to corral him down near the 11-yard line.
They'll take over 1st and 10.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Barkley, inside handoff. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. They'll run it again with Barkley.
And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
So on 4th down, Ritter heads to the sideline. Younghoe Koo gets set for the Atlanta field goal.
From the right hash here, should be an easy one.
Koo knocks this one through the post.
And that will extend their lead even further.
So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
Taken in at the 3.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And he will take this one all the way back inside the 35-yard line.
Well, whatever the relationship was between the special teams and the offense, it's gotten a heck of a lot closer after a return like that. The special teams just keep setting them up. The offense thinks they'll go out there and knock them down.
Escaping the pressure right. That'll be caught. It's Kupp. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Stafford. And this heads straight to the sideline. I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, they won't. Here comes the flag.
Yeah, he hadn't gotten far enough away from the pocket to throw that football away, and that draws the flag.
Yeah, the old tackle box, right? Get outside of each tackle, and then you can go ahead and throw it away, and you're in good shape. But if you're back there in the pocket, you got to make sure of what you're doing.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Trying to find Kupp, but it's intercepted.
picked up by Richie Grant. And the Falcons are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that third down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
This one into the hands of Pitts.
The 30. 10. So they hit pay dirt, but don't count it yet. There's laundry on the field. We'll see what the penalty flag is about.
Holding. Offense.
Brutal, so take away the long touchdown.
It's a cruel game sometimes, partner.
Let's go.
Looking to throw.
That's caught left side to tight end Pitts. The numbers for Pitts in that game a week ago. 5 catches, 85 yards.
And they've gone to him early in this one. I sense a theme, one that I expect to continue throughout this contest.
Check hut. Yellow line. Check in.
Opening carry of the game for Cordero Patterson.
And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive.
Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away.
On the return is Williams.
That's 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports.
The Rams with the football here to begin the second quarter as they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. On 1st down, they'll start out with Akers.
Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
They'll go again here with Akers. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. The Rams had 0-1 in the year following the loss in the opener. And listen, they knew last week they were in for a tough fight on the road. But now here's the home opener and a chance to get things right.
And I like the way that you presented that because the bottom line is they didn't come out of that loss discouraged. They just came home and said, hey, if we do what we're supposed to do, protect our home turf, we'll be just fine.
And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. Give the sack to Lorenzo Carter.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Under pressure, and they got to him again.
Arnold Ebiketie in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career. 4th down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. Cordero Patterson deep for Atlanta.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. So here are the Falcons to take over on offense. They fell in their ball game last week. That was a loss to the Saints, but they're on top here as they begin this drive.
Falcons 1st and 10 here as Ritter gets them ready.
At their own 22.
He'll drop it off with Saquon Barkley.
That's about as exciting of a 1-yard run as you're going to see. Finding a way to dodge that first would-be tackler. But again, just 1 yard out of it.
2nd and 9 now.
And the Rams got him. They bring him down.
Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Now he'll let it go deep left side. He's got a man, complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
We spent a lot of time talking about what's going on the field. How about off the field with the evaluation? And they spent a lot of time saying, we've got to get a rookie in here who has big playability. And that's exactly what we're seeing here early in his career.
Drafted him in the spring. Here he is early in the fall making an impact. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll try the right side here. Barkley. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. That also a career-long kick for the veteran, Charles.
Yeah, how about what he just got done there? We always knew he had a big leg, but how about everything coming together perfectly on that one? Great leg swing, and bang that one through.
And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. Week 2 underway around the NFL. And a reminder that later tonight it'll be Chicago and Green Bay in the Packers home opener. The 101st season of that great rivalry. They had the 100th anniversary last year. And then tomorrow night a treat, a Monday night doubleheader. Tennessee and Buffalo, 7:15 Eastern. And then Minnesota and Philly kicking off a little over an hour later. On 2nd and 11 now. Stafford. That'll be caught by Kupp. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
So pick up 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
On 2nd and 7, Stafford. Throw left side, complete to Kupp. And he'll take this forward for about 5 as we have come upon the 2-minute warning. It'll be a gain of 5, and that's going to bring up 3rd and 2. Stafford now to throw. That's out to the flat for Akers. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25. Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on 2nd down. Stafford going to give this to Akers. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
From the red zone now, Stafford. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into him because they were there to help break that pass up.
32.
On 2nd and 10, Stafford. Looking underneath, he's got Akers. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary now on 3rd.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Throwing is Stafford. Touchdown, Rams. Allen Robinson. as the first half is winding down. And the Rams are on the board here in the final seconds of the first half. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And it's now 13-7. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan. Well, everyone's eager to resume play here in this Week 2 contest, so we push right through halftime and back at it for the start of quarter 3. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Taken in at the 3. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Rams offense ready to begin quarter number 3. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Shaq Thompson on the tackle that time. Offensive line really didn't give him any room to maneuver on that play.
Things closed pretty quickly, didn't they? And how about the wrap-up at the end of that tackle? Left no doubt there would be no additional yardage to be found.
On Stafford for the third time is intercepted. Picked up by Richie Grant. And the Falcons are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. Falcons 1st and 10 here as Ritter gets them ready. Just shy of midfield at the 48. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Here's Stafford. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Falcons grab it. There he goes, right side. And this is going to be brought back. It's a scoop and score for the Falcon TD. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room. Boy, they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. Charles, let's get a look here at their 2022 draft class. You notice no picks until the 3rd round, so they missed on some of those top names early, but They still seem very happy with this group, as well as who was acquired by trading those early picks away.
Yeah, that's how it works, isn't it? We've yet to meet the team that doesn't say that they were really fired up by their draft no matter what. And we also know the teams love to say, we're watching the highlight reels of the guy we acquired when the pick they dealt is on the clock.
Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at their own 24. Here's Stafford. That's complete to Robinson. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Stafford hooking up with Akers. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the 37-yard line.
Here's a run with Akers on 2nd down. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Back to throw, Stafford. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Another try after the 1st down sack. Stafford across the middle, and this pass complete to Cooper Kupp. And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
That's a good bounce back play right there after taking a sack on 1st down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches. They snap it to Stafford. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he is going to have the Rams 1st down as he pushes forward for a couple on 4th and inches.
Rams 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
22!
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Man open is Robinson. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this 3rd quarter. And Stafford's going to take it himself. And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. Matthew Stafford with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Rams have cut it back within a score. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Pressure comes and down he goes. The perennial Pro Bowler Aaron Donald gets the sack. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
And it appears that this was just a letdown from the offensive line, but they do have a tough job because if you're a big tackle out there on the perimeter, Sometimes you don't have the agility to keep up with the defensive end who's looking to wreak havoc in the backfield, and he got there and put his man on the ground.
As we check the net, Cordarrelle Patterson, 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Falcons. Cordarrelle Patterson, his first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Falcons are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. So 2 plays on that scoring drive. That's how they drew it up. And the long run into the end zone, and what a run it was. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get over to those guys on offense and find them.
Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Rams trailing, but they do have the football as we start the fourth and final quarter. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Stafford. He's got a man, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big pickup of 38. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Stafford. To Jefferson on the slant. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
Good yardage on the completion there. When they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Now Stafford. He'll get this one to come complete. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
As he gets the first down, let's take a look at what Cooper Kupp did last season because it was one of the greatest years for a receiver in NFL history. 145 catches, 1,947 yards, both 2nd most in a season all time. Truly an MVP caliber performance for the Super Bowl champs, and he capped it off in the Super Bowl himself as the MVP.
So the completion results there in 9 yards, and they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. Now it's Stafford. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Cooper Kupp, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Rams have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point by Gain is up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And taken down. The 20 at about the 21-yard line. Bring out the Falcons offense once more. Cordarrelle Patterson ready to go again at running back. He's toppled the century mark already receiving the football, closing in on that on the ground, too. They've really had trouble handling him.
I think from what we've seen in this game, his success through the air has started to open things up for him.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. picked off by Jalen Ramsey. And a terrific return there. They're finally able to corral him down near the 11-yard line. Now we're 1st and 10 at the 11. A give up the middle to Akers. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set them up.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I know every offense wants to start their snaps closer to the goal line, but it's actually harder to throw the ball in those situations. You throw into that tight coverage, you see what happens. Hard to get the ball in there.
Not enough space there. Lucky maybe that it wasn't intercepted. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. And that's Grady Jarrett who forced his way through to register the sack. Gay's kick is good, and that'll bring him back within 4. So kind of disappointing there. I mean, yes, they get the 3, but a starting field position like that, 3's not where you're banking on.
No, and you just have to wonder if you can afford to let chances like that continue to pass you by. You've got to find ways to get the ball into the end zone and put 6s on the scoreboard.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Atlanta now coming out on the field. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. Up the middle with Barkley. Still a couple yards short of the 1st as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. They'll set up a throw. Got his man. It's London. The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And they will take a knee here. Handoff to Barkley. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that Looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
Good bounce-back win. They take the knee. Can't stop the clock defensively. Tough opening week loss, but now 1-1.
Shows that they handled things really well. A lot of teams panic after a week 1 loss, and they start to think that the sky's falling. This team realizes there's a long season, and they feel very talented, and they get it done in this one.
Well, partner, you and I were excited for this one today, and it certainly had its moments. Some good execution at times by both of